Why were we born feeders? What is the point behind consuming and consuming and consuming and never really getting full? I ask the questions of being a feeder because the thoughts of being a feeder seem to be illogical. I'm sure that God could have created an entity that was self-sufficient. But maybe there is a deeper understanding of biology and microbiology that is something that I have yet to understand from God's perspective. What would it be like to be self-sufficient and never have to feed off of anything? What would it be like to never have to feel hot and to never have to feel cold? What would it be like to never have to eat and drink? And what would it be like to never have to use the bathroom? What would life be like if we never needed anything and we only needed to just exist? I can only imagine what being a self-sufficient being would be like. I would love to be a self-sufficient being that was capable of just enjoying existence and never having to worry about anything ever. I believe life was a created dependency that was made for us human beings to have. I believe life was never meant to be anything more than human dependency on something or someone constantly. Would we worship God if we were self-sufficient? Would God expect worship if He would have made us self-sufficient? I believe that since we were born feeding and using everything to feed off of and using everything to feed our human appetites, we never really questioned whether it was something that was necessary and why it was necessary. If I was a spiritual being that was self-sufficient, and I did not need anything and nobody needed anything, then there would never be any need for anyone to ever have anything, which in turn would eliminate the need for evil. There would be no need for arrogance and ego if we were self-sufficient. If we were self-sufficient, would we want to be more than self-sufficient? What would go beyond being self-sufficient and needing nothing? Would we still create the paradigm and the paradox of wanting to need more? What would motivate us to need more if we were self-sufficient? I try to understand every day this illogical life that we live. I try to reason with this reality as there seems to be very little I can do to change the circumstances that exist, and being an insufficient human being that depends on everything and everyone to survive. The circumstances of being human seem very much ridiculous as far as what could have been done to make a self-sufficient human being. The God of the universe can do anything He wants to, and our neediness must have served His will and His purpose for us to constantly be needing someone or something. God designed us the way that we are, and the way that we are must serve the will of God.